What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today we're taking a look at another Marvel Select figure. Today we're looking at my second favorite mutant behind Magneto. We are taking a look at the Marvel Select Colossus figure. Just take a quick look at the box. Very nice box for Colossus. Very nice, picture on the side there for kind of like a close of Colossus' face. On the back, you have a nice little read up, not read up, but write up of Colossus, as well as a picture of the figure, and as well as pictures of other figures that came out in this wave along with him. And that pretty much about does it for the box for Colossus. We all should know Colossus's, whole, thing, but I'm not gonna read what it says here on the back. Really not that important. We all know he's a part of the X-Men, yada yada yada. He can turn into organic metal. We all know the story Colossus. So let's get the box off to the side and focus on what we all came here for, the figure itself. I'm going to talk about the little piece that he came with first. Um, I'm really not sure what this is. I know it was probably in one of the comics that he was in, because every base or something that comes with the figures from Marvel Select, they always have something to do with the character or have some significance. So I'm sure that this was some sort of like platform or crushing mechanism that was probably meant to probably maybe try to destroy Colossus. Again, I'm not really sure. Some sort of a platform, but it does have like these legs on it, and you really don't. I mean, you could stand it up like so, but really, he can't really stand on it the way all those little spikes are. It would really be hard for him to balance. So I more or less just kind of put it towards the back of him, kind of, and just pivot it either left or right, or just have it straight on. So I kind of just use it as a background for him. But it's very nice silver. Very nice spiky studs on the main face of it here, and then you kind of have like these hydraulic pressed-looking legs on the back side. Very nicely well done. You have a short set and a longer set. But overall, very nice kind of background piece for Colossus. And now let's get on to Colossus himself. Very nicely well done figure. Again, he's my second favorite mutant behind Magneto, which is my first. We'll take a look at paint job here for Colossus. Paint job, very, very nice. For his outfit, of course, you have reds and yellows and black for the belt and everything, and a little bit of black design on the knee pads and whatnot. Very nicely well done. I do like how the red around his wrists are like a metallic red. They're not the same red that's on his outfit, more or less. And then, of course, you have a little bit of gold for his X-Men belt. Body, of course, very nice chromy, shiny silver. And then his hair is very nice black, and his eyes are actually kind of a really light blue. Probably won't show up well on camera, but his eyes are really light blue. And overall, that about does it for the paint job of Colossus. Just looks flawless. I mean, looks very clean. As far as detail goes, very nice. Colossus, very muscular, very powerful guy. And all the muscle detail and muscle definition in his arms, in his chest, legs, whatnot, is just fantastic. His metal body, the way it has all the lines and everything in it, very nicely well done. All the wrinkles and whatnot in his X-Men suit, very nicely well done. Even down the legs on his boots and whatnot. Hair, very nice, smooth, flat top, very nicely well done. Facial expression and facial detail is fantastic. All the details in his hands and his knuckles look great. I don't know how well any of that's going to show up on camera, but should show up pretty well. And overall, detail really nice for this guy. Articulation, very nicely well done. He can look up pretty well, and he can look down ever so much. He can look left, he can look right. His arms can move up. Of course, the joints on mine have to be really stiff, but his arms can move up. They can move down to the side. He does have a, swivel there at the bicep. His elbows bend very nicely. Pumping iron. Very nice hinge joints for the wrists, so you can get his wrist to tilt backward. You can get them to tilt forward, and of course, you can get them to rotate as well. So very nice arm articulation. He does have an ab crunch, so he can crunch forward, not very much, and then of course bend backwards. Then of course you can tilt him, or not tilt him, but turn him left or right. No waist joint whatsoever. It's more or less all in the abdomen joint here that he can turn, all that stuff. Legs, depending on the way the joints are positioned, he probably could kick forward, but on mine, just because they're kind of off to the side, I can only get him to kick out right now to the side, and then of course you have kind of like a pivot swivel there at the thigh. Double jointed knees, which is very nice, very nice. Good, you can get very nice good bend articulation out of his knees. And then of course he does have calf articulation, so you can get a little turn at the calf there, left or right. Very nicely well done. And then of course he does have ankle articulation, where you can tilt the ankles totally down and kind of pivot them upward. And then he does have an ankle pivot to where you can pivot them side to side. So very nice articulation for Colossus. You can get him into not too many crazy poses, but enough. There is one more thing with this figure, but it's not something I can do right now because you kind of got to heat up his head. And if you pop his head off, his vest here you can actually take off and reveal more his metal body and everything like that. So that's a really nice feature. So you can display him with or without the vest. Again, I'd have to heat up his head and pop it off just because that is really tightly secured on there. And you don't want to take a risk of snapping that ball joint that's in the head. So just take my word for it, or go watch another review on this guy. I know people have shown him without the vest. So, but you do have that feature with him. Overall, this is a really great Colossus figure. Again, he's my second favorite mutant. I really liked him a lot more in Deadpool than I liked Deadpool himself, and that's just me. But Colossus, I love him. I love this figure. It's fantastic. Looks awesome, and he scales in well with other Marvel Select figures. So just take my word for it. Anyway, you guys, like always, hope you enjoyed this review. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next figure review. Thank you for watching.